So we get a lot of questions about fill plate design on our sliders. And which one should I go with? Which one do other people go with? Which one do you guys like? So the layout of it, real easy. We've got 4 basic styles: no fill, diamond, dimple up, dimple down. And they all have their different look that changes the vehicle that they're mounted to and also the function that they provide. So no fill, obviously nothing on it, just round tubing to slide over rocks and super strong. It's great if you want lightweight, or if you have like a really aggressive built truck. For some reason, no fill just kind of works on those vehicles a little bit more just because of the more industrial feel of it. As far as, you know, function on that one, especially with a kicker, it's not the best thing for a rear passenger to get into, because you can see where, you know, your foot's going to get on this and you're stepping up into that second row. You know, it's not hard to fall into that. And that's for the reasons why I say that if you have like a access cab Tacoma, or you do have, you know, that FJ Cruiser, that 4Runner, that Land Cruiser, and you're not worried about rear seat passengers and you want ultimate lightweight and you want aggressive, then yeah, it's good. But if you have rear seat passengers, if you have kids that are getting in the back, don't really recommend that. If you want the fill, then we've got, like I said, these 3. So how I've kind of started to describe it the best is, yes, there's a traction difference. You can see where, you know, you have an edge to it. This is going to, you know, grip down on your foot pretty good. Same with dimple up. Dimple down, no. It's going to be smooth and flat. So it's offering no additional traction for the step in. But in all honesty, it's not what people think. You're not going to go slipping and sliding off of your slider, especially with our textured black powder coating. So I tell people don't necessarily go for that. It's more of the look. Now, this is like what I call like the sleeper look. When this is in a black, you might not even recognize it as a slider. You know, if you had a kicker version, maybe. But especially as like a step slider like this one is, it's gonna look, people that aren't really into this stuff are gonna walk by your vehicle and not think it's a slider, not think it's anything aftermarket. There's just gonna be something that's bolted to the side like a step. And that's, a lot of people like that. They like that low key, hey, don't worry about what's over here. And then when they go out on the trails, they dominate. And then people realize real quick, oh, that's a slider. Now, if you don't want that sleeper look, you want that aggressive look, that's where more of the dimples show up. And what's funny is these are the same hole size, pressed all the same way. It's just which way we flip it over to weld it in. And what ends up happening is dimple up just optically looks smaller than dimple down. And that gives a very good difference right there, in that dimple up makes this kind of more streamlined look, especially when it's mounted to a vehicle. So it makes things look a little bit more longer, athletic. Dimple down, it looks larger, it looks more masculine, more aggressive. And I think it kind of works a little better on some of the chunkier builds. But that's my own opinion on that. As far as, you know, that grip, going back to that grip on your foot is, this is obviously going to be the best, you know, because it does have a biting edge right close to the tube, because where your foot hits, it's right there. It hits right there over and over and over. So like, this is what's going to give you the most grip. If you were like, you know, Rob, I know you're saying there's not a big difference between them, but there is a little bit. Well, this is the one that's going to give you the most, followed by this one. But again, though, day in, day out, your foot's going to hit, you know, somewhere in here. We don't put these holes closer to this side of the tube because, well, we tried it and it looked god awful, honestly. So we run it right down the center and it looks like it's supposed to be there. And day in, day out, you're probably not going to hit that every time. But if it was really icy outside, or you're trying to load something up onto the top of the vehicle, you know, you can look down and actually really hook your shoe into it. And I mean, there's a pretty substantial, you know, grip there. Like, I'm not pressing down, and you know, up there it caught, you know, and it just catches the front of my traction on my shoe. So yeah, that's the 4 different styles. There's one's not right, one's not wrong. It's just kind of what we found people generally gravitate to, and yeah, trying to help you guys out. All right. No, I'm not. Just got my whole thing on my head. I don't know, which one do you like? Fill plate. It's diamond.
Yeah,
it's diamond.
I don't like the big holes.
No.
I like the small one.
See, you got dimple up, diamond, and I'm a dimple down. You know? Oh, you like dimple down? So you like the big holes. Yeah, you do.
Honestly,
Look at Kevin's truck.
that whole thing is tailored.
So here's a powder coated black one. I'm totally still recording. Did you know that?
I understand.
Okay, it's fine. So just listen to me on this.
That's why I'm talking about fill plates.
Yeah.
Bolted.
Oh, don't say that yet. People don't know.
Future.
I'm just going to have that clip as it's the future. So this is where I can get behind diamond plate. Really? Is that I don't like diamond plate, right? Like, we cut diamond plate and I'm like, yuck. What? Hold on, just hear me out. So like, when you get a diamond plate sheet, I'm like, yuck, you know? And then we cut them out and I'm still like, yuck. And then we put them in tubing and I'm like, all right, I can kind of get behind it. But when you do it in that textured black,
I know.
man, it makes this like checkered kind of thing.
It's so completely different after you powder coat.
Yeah, and whenever we get them back from the powder coater, I go, yeah, no, I get it.
The best thing is none of them do anything like real time for traction. I wish they did more, but
Yeah. But, you know, it's like he said, here's a dimple up. It's probably gonna be easier. And you can see how it just has that aggressive, like here, like something's different on the side of my truck, and it's awesome. And that's where the kind of give that more of that edge. All right, you can keep making a bunch of noise now, Chet.
I'm blowing my nose too.
Yeah, shockingly, sounds exactly the same. Hold on, wait, hold on. All right, blow your nose.
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Also, side note, look how painstaking it is to wrap a pair of sliders here at BudBuilt. All right, we don't have that kind of money for that sealed air stuff. We just manually get it. Probably why in I don't know how many years stuff can go through FedEx, UPS, get obliterated on the boxes, and never had a scratch. At least that somebody's told us about. So who knows? This is just the inner layer. It still gets wrapped in cardboard, and this all gets done again.